The Uber from O'Hare's smelled like stale fries and broken dreams. I was still in the black dress, polyester blend, $29.99 at Macy's, now wrinkled from a red-eyed flight and 6 months of watching my sister Grace waste away in a Phoenix hospice. My knees ached, my eyes burned. All I wanted was my own pillow, a cup of Lipton, and my son Robert's arms around me saying, "Mom, I got you." Instead, I got a front lawn eviction. My life, 40 years of it, was piled next to the bougainvillea I planted the day we moved in. Garbage bags split open like gutted fish, my husband Tom's purple heart in a shoebox, the cedar chest my Babcha smuggled out of Warsaw in '23, lid cracked, baby albums, Robert's first haircut, Marianne's kindergarten graduation, George's gap-tooth grin, fanned across the grass like playing cards in a losing hand. The front door swung open. Danielle stepped out in a $400 sundress, hair salon fresh, nails lacquered the color of fresh blood. She smiled like she'd just won the lottery and I was the losing ticket. "Mom, perfect timing. We Marie Kondo'd the place. All that vintage was clogging the chi." Vintage. I felt my purse slip from my fingers and hit the sidewalk with a thud that echoed in my chest. "Danielle?" I said, voice flat as a Midwest winter. "Those are my things." I know, but we're turning your room into the nursery. Did Robert tell you? I'm 12 weeks. She patted a stomach flatter than the Kansas prairie. Something cold slithered up my spine. "Show me where I'm sleeping." She led me around back to the garden shed. 6x8, smelled like mildew and despair. A cot with a mattress thin as a communion wafer. One bare bulb, a hot plate balanced on a paint can. "Cozy, right? We'll knock if we need you. Pregnancy hormones, you know." I looked her dead in the eye. "You're right. Time for a clean-out." I pulled out my phone. Her smile faltered. "What are you doing?" "Cleaning house." I dialed Mr. Mendoza, my lawyer, my pit bull, the man who drafted the deed when I bought this bungalow with blood, bleach, and a janitor's salary. Danielle's voice went razor sharp. "This house is Robert's. I'm his wife. You're a guest." "Guests don't get evicted. Owners do." Mendoza picked up on the second ring. "Carol, you okay?" "Meet me tomorrow, 9 sharp. Bring the deed." I hung up. Danielle's face had gone the color of week-old oatmeal. I couldn't sleep on the cot. The bull buzzed like a dying mosquito. I opened the drawer I'd salvaged from the lawn. Inside was the notebook I'd kept since Robert moved in. Every repair, every bill. I flipped to the last 8 months. My blood froze. $4,800 for living room refresh. $6,100 for Miami getaway. $7,300 for baby prep. 48 grand gone. Robert made $60K a year. After taxes and Danielle's Sephora addiction, he was lucky to have $500 left. Then I remembered the savings account I'd left him for emergencies, $62,000 from my retirement lump sum. I logged in on my phone. Balance? $9,412. I sat on the shed floor, back against the damp wall, and let the tears come. Not for the money, for the betrayal. I walked in wearing the same black dress, hair in a steel gray bun sharp enough to cut glass. Mendoza hugged me like a man who'd seen too many widows screwed over. I laid it out. Photos of the lawn, bank statements, the deed still 100% in my name. He whistled low. "You never notarized the transfer. Legally, they're squatters with permission. You can end it with 30 days' notice." "And the money?" "Unauthorized withdrawals, family fraud. We can sue for treble damages." "I don't want him in jail," I said. "I want my life back." He grinned like a wolf. Then let's start with an eviction notice and a repayment plan. $1,800 rent, $1,200 monthly toward the debt. Miss one payment, they're out, and we'll lien the house till it's paid. I signed. I moved into the second-floor walk-up above my late husband's old print shop. $1,800 a month from the tenant downstairs, money Robert never knew existed. One bedroom, south-facing windows, a clawfoot tub. I bought a $40 coffee maker and a rocking chair from Facebook Marketplace. Hung Grace's favorite photo above the mantel. Robert showed up at 7:12 p.m., gaunt, eyes bloodshot. "Mom, Danielle's a mess. The baby—" "There is no baby." He blinked. "What?" I handed him the manila folder Miss Beatrice had slipped me at a Dunkin' Donuts in Skokie. Medical records, text messages, credit card statements showing $28,000 in secret debt. Danielle's mother had finally cracked. Robert read in silence. When he looked up, his face was ash. "She lied about everything." "Yep." He sank onto my new thrift store couch. "I left you in a shed for a lie." "I did." "I'm filing for divorce tomorrow." "Good." Danielle fought dirty, claimed emotional distress, said Robert coerced her into signing the lease, hired a TikTok famous attorney who wore Gucci loafers and called me the oppressive mother-in-law. Mendoza ate him for lunch. Exhibit A, the lawn photos. Exhibit B, the bank statements. Exhibit C, Danielle's own mother on the stand, voice shaking, reading the texts aloud. "I'll fake a miscarriage in month 6. By then, the house is mine." The judge, a woman with a bun tighter than mine, didn't blink. Divorce granted. Ms. Rodriguez retains full title, Mr. Rodriguez to pay $1,200 monthly restitution, Ms. Danielle Armstrong barred from the property, case closed. Danielle screamed. Security escorted her out. I painted the kitchen sunflower yellow, planted tomatoes in the backyard. Marianne flew in from Denver to help tile the backsplash. George drove up from Austin with his kids and a flat of marigolds. Robert came every Sunday with grocery bags and apologies he no longer needed to speak. He had gained weight. His eyes were clear. He was saving for his own condo. Earned, not gifted. 1 year to the day I found my life on the lawn, we sat in the garden under the bougainvillea. The kids, my kids, raised glasses of iced tea. "To clean outs," Marianne said. "To second chances," George added. Robert looked at me. To Mom, who taught us dignity isn't free. I clinked my glass against theirs. The sun was setting over Chicago, painting the sky the color of Grace's favorite lipstick. I was 67, alive, and finally home. And if anyone ever tries to put my life on the lawn again, I've got the deed, the lawyer, and a spine forged in 40 years of bleach and betrayal. Try me. Danielle? Last I heard, she's selling knockoff Louis Vuitton on Canal Street. The fake pregnancy scam caught up with her in New York. 3 prior victims filed a class action. She's looking at 5 to 8 in federal prison. Robert? He's dating a nurse from Mercy Hospital. She's got her own apartment, her own credit score, and 0 interest in my house. Me? I turned the shed into a she-shed, Wi-Fi, mini fridge, and a sign that reads, Grace's Place, no liars allowed. Every Sunday, my kids come over, we eat pot roast, we laugh, we remember. And every night, I lock my own door, because some things you don't give away twice. If this story lit a fire in your belly, smash that like button, drop your city in the comments, and subscribe to Revenge Twist, where betrayal meets karma and grandma always wins.